Hello and welcome back to the stream, everyone. So last time we started a new project, Call of Cthulhu, Dark Corners of the Earth, which is basically an horror adventure game with a couple of puzzles and also action scenes in it. And it's based on the works of, or on a specific short story of the author H.P. Lovecraft. And yeah, I wanted to wrap it up before we jump into the game real quick. What last time happened and what we talked about, and want to sort out a little bit and summarize the lengthy speech I gave, I think. So for Lovecraft, everyone who does not know him, he's an author that lived from 1890 to 1937. And he is considered one of the most important authors in fantastical literature of the 20th century, and he invented the Cthulhu mythos, which later on influenced numerous successors and imitators, and you can trace it back in current popular culture. For example, one of the really popular or famous examples would be World of Warcraft, I think. There you have the name craft in it, and not only that, there are many references of Lovecraft's works in that game. So Lovecraft himself grew up in a rather wealthy family, but he lost his reputation and fortune due to the early death of his father and the financial ruin of his grandfather, and so he suffered from physical and mental problems as well, and that often kept him from attending school. And he was a loner who was mainly interested in literature, astronomy, and history. And he married a Jewish woman named Sonia Green in 1921 or 24, I don't know. With whom he moved to New York, and there he came into contact with different cultures and lifestyles, because he was raised in strictly Puritan sense of way, and he came from Providence, Rhode Island, so that was really a small I think it's the smallest state in the USA. I don't know, but it is a small compared village-like environment where he grew up. And so for the first time in New York, he was confronted with all these different races, different cultures, different lifestyles, and he had many prejudices and fears of the people that were not like him. For in general, people that had I don't know, a different skin color or came from different countries, and so he was basically what you would call today a racist. And in 1926 he returned to Providence because it did not go well in New York for him and his wife, and he didn't get a job, and so he starts there writing and composing letters to friends and colleagues, and on that he started in New York, but he continued doing so, and his career actually started when he moved back to Providence in 1926. There it really started, and he died then in colon cancer in 1937, and You have to say it is in the game we're playing, the Shadow over Innsmouth. That is the short story that the big game story is based off, and I want to take another short excursus in history, in American history, because I think it's quite interesting. And if you know that stuff, or if you read that stuff and then play the game, it makes much more sense. And so we have to dig a little bit deeper. So the USA at the time of Lovecraft was marked greatly by political and economic, but also by social upheavals. And think of the First World War, the Prohibition time, the Great Depression, and of course the rise of fascism in Europe and radical segregation in the South were some of the challenges back in the time. And literature reflected these tensions, of course, by dealing with such topics or tropes such as exile, identity, violence, and fear. And Lovecraft's work belongs to this stream, which is often called dark modernism. His stories show a world that is threatened by cosmic horrors that lie beyond human understanding. And his characters are often isolated, desperate, and powerless in the face of the great formless horror. And that is true for the game we're playing. The detective is, I think we will witness that soon enough. So for the living conditions in the USA in the 1920s and 30s, they were very different. And in that time, basically, Lovecraft started or formed his career. And it depends, of course, where you lived, right? If it was for the city or the country or the north or the south, if you was a rich or a poor guy, or if you have, I don't know, white or black skin color, the 20s and were a time of economic prosperity, cultural change, and social conflict as well. And the 30s were also a time of economic depression on the other side, and political upheaval occurs, and social distress. So the 20s, where the USA experienced an unprecedented prosperity, and it was mainly because of the car industry, radio, and film. So in that time, people consumed more than ever. You could compare it, I can maybe, with our time, or with nowadays, with the internet. So they got really for the first time, they had access to countless of information, and they consumed it, and they enjoyed I don't know, there was a big nightlife scene the nightlife was growing. You had music, fashion, all that in the 20s changed so radically. And it is not, there's a term called roaring 20s, and I think that's quite suitable. So for example, women received the right to vote in the 1920s and changed, of course, with being more free, they changed their appearance and their behavior. That was not nationwide, right on the spot, but it was included in the constitution. So more and more women began to work in the 1920s, especially in jobs like secretaries or telephone operators. And young women who were called back in the day flappers wore short skirts and hair, put on makeup, smoked and danced in jazz club. that was unthinkable 10 years in the past, for example. So, but the 20s were also a time of tensions and resistance. Many people rejected modern culture and sought traditional values. See, for example, the prohibition, that is the ban of alcohol, that led consequently to an increase in organized crime and corruption. The Ku Klux Klan experienced the resurrection and terrorized mainly African Americans and Jews and Catholics, and racial segregation in the South was maintained by laws and which denied blacks many civil rights, and immigration from Europe was also a thing, limited. That was strict. I mean, there were strict quotas to protect the, quote unquote, purity of the American population, but nonetheless, many immigrants lived in crowded and poor neighborhoods, and so you had a melting pot of different lifestyles, of different cultures, and all, and then the 30s came, and with the 30s there was a time of crisis and change. The stock market crashed in 1929, and the world economic was basically in a crisis, and millions of people were unemployed and homeless, and you had setbacks in agriculture, and I don't know, and there were also such things like that the humans couldn't influence, like bad weather, droughts and dust storms and such, and they devastated large parts of the USA, and many people lost their confidence in the capitalist system in that time, and so they sought alternatives. And where do you find them? You find them in the left and on the right, and socialism or fascism, you name it. So the government under Franklin D. Roosevelt cracked up a New Deal, the New Deal program, which was basically reforms and investments to revive the economy and improve the social protection. And it was designed to creating new jobs and regulating the bank system and financial system and supporting agriculture and industry, and introducing some sort of social security, and also promoting art and culture. And so the 1930s were also very ambivalent, and it was also a time of hope and progress. Many people engaged for social justice and democracy, and so, but we played, the last time we started the game, we witnessed, or we saw, when we arrived in Innsmouth, which is basically some sort of, I don't know, the secluded small village, which the people which live there don't want to do anything with outsiders, and they are very open, very I mean, they are very open about that topic, and we saw that they somehow looked disturbing, or somehow not like normal people, right? I mean, it could be a choice of the game because of stylistic for stylistic reasons. Maybe people in that world or in that game in general look not photorealistic, right? So, but I remembered when reading the short story, there was a scene which I want to read real quick, and I think I now know why they look like they look, and I think it is not how they actually look, but how we as a protagonist are are seeing them. I mean, we with all our prejudice, with all our negative feelings towards other people, and I just want to read that section, and I guess it is because Lovecraft himself often puts his main figures or protagonists. It was in his spot. I mean, they are basically himself. Yeah, it is maybe that what would Lovecraft interpret when seeing people like that. So, but of course, it is not it is not reflecting the reality. So I want to read real quick. I had not quite crossed the street when I heard a muttering band advancing along Washington from the north. As they reached the broad open space where I had my first disquieting glimpse of the moonlit water, I could see them plainly only a block away, and was horrified by the bestial abnormality of their faces and the dog-like subhumanness of their crouching gait. One then moved in a positively simian way, with long arms frequently touching the ground, while another figure, robed in tiaret, seemed to progress in an almost hopping fashion. I judged this party to be the one I had seen in the Gilman's courtyard. The one, therefore, must closely on my trail. As some of the figures turned to look in my direction, I was transfixed with fright, yet managed to preserve the cautious, shambling gait I had assumed. To this day, I do not know whether they saw me or not. If they did, my stratagem must have deceived them, for they passed on across the moonlit space without varying their course, meanwhile croaking and jabbering in some hateful guttural patois and I could not identify. So I think, yeah, there you have it. There, he basically, I think that is what one scene of a letter from his wife also describes whenever they walked outside in New York and they came across or they passed people that are not, I don't know, white Anglo-Americans, but from other countries, or he he really had to hold himself back, or he got in some sort really he was frightened. He had, I don't know, he didn't feel well, and I think that scene especially describes that very well, and I think that's the reason why the people in Innsmouth look like that. Or I mean, of course they won't look like that in real. So let's jump right into the game. Enough of the blah blah blah. And I hope this time it will start without any problem. The problem is I can't see. Let's jump into the game. Maybe I can verify it.
We're here. We are waiting for you.
Okay, the game crashed. Why did it crash? I never figured that out with streaming. So let's see what happens. It just kept crashing. Keeps crashing. Not sure. Okay, one more try. I've changed the settings for the screen capture. Maybe it was because I set the false window, or I changed the settings. For capturing the false window, I don't know. I can't check it, that's the problem, because I don't have a second monitor. Let's see, maybe if my smartphone can tell me. Oh, okay, nice. It seems to work. Good. Thank God. So let's see. Can we turn on some game tips on? Let's see if we can find that Washington Street we were reading about. Federal Street? Yeah, the last time we stopped right after we tried to check in, but hey, there is the Washington Street. But we they wouldn't let us. I remember we have to find some booze for that. A lovely.
It won't budge.
Yeah, for that lovely Paul over there.
It won't budge. It won't open.
Okay, let's see. Where can we find booze? Illegal alcohol. And that is a game where
It won't budge.
that is not right into your face. So I guess there are, of course, some sort of things like jump scares, but there are also events that are happening only when you are at some time at some place. And so, for example, the last episode we looked through that window and saw something crawling to that door, and in another window we saw someone that hanged himself or herself, and so we have to look out for such things. They won't come automatically and jump right into our face. So it is basically a game that is about immersion, and you really have to suck that world in and immerse yourself in it. I mean, just take it slow and enjoy the game. If you are running through it, and I think you will miss many things. Of course, you can't, I guess, see everything at the first playthrough.
I'm looking for Brian Burnham.
Sorry, stranger. I can't help you.
We can't climb, I guess. So maybe it is something about that place that the officer seems to protect, or let's see what we can do down there.
It's locked. It must lead to the back of the variety store.
Mm-hmm.
It won't budge. The sign says, Innsmouth Poorhouse, in memory of Lady Warnes. It won't budge.
Okay, then let's see what happens if we just, if we can ignore that officer there and that signs that say that we don't, yeah, that we must not cross. Okay, we cannot cross.
It won't open.
For fuck's sake, what are you doing here? Sir, please don't urinate in a public space. What was that about? I think we can't enter that building.
It won't
too.
budge.
Yeah, okay. So our options are fairly limited, I guess. So let's just talk with the strangers wandering around that strange town.
Stop! You can't come down there.
And once again, I'm happy that I turned on
The
subtitles.
police clearly don't want me snooping around. I need to be more careful.
I can't understand it, so I mean, if someone speaks dialect
It won't budge.
or a heavy form of a dialect, so be cautious when sneaking past enemies to avoid detection. Keep in cover wherever possible. Stick to the shadows, move slowly, and keep as low as possible. Okay. Got it. Ah, damn, we don't have an indication of, I don't know, of the level of darkness, or if we are unseen, if we crouch in the corner.
I told you already. Stop your snooping around.
Shit. That went well.
Damn. I need to be more careful.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Now he's suspicious. But we can crouch and we can go slow. I mean, yeah, we can walk practically. So I guess we have to hide here and wait until he passed us, and then we can move quickly. And I turned down the master volume of the game because I watched the VOD on YouTube later after I uploaded it, and I noticed that the volume of the game was quite high compared to my own voice. What the hell is going on down there? Okay, first let's save. I will make a few save points just to be sure, well, just to be safe, I guess, because if one save point or save slot is broken or anything, then I have backup. Ooh, we can enter. Can you read it?
nothing of interest. Nope, nothing of interest. The door's bolted shut. The door's bolted shut.
You do not have anything backdoor key of the first national crisis. Yeah, where is that? Is it here? Nope, we can't use it here. Whatever. Innsmouth Courier. Okay. So the post car. What about here?
It won't open.
That is a no.
It's unlocked.
What? Objects that can be pushed will have left scratch marks on the floor. You won't be able to move the object if the door it passes next to is open. To push an object, simply move against it in the direction of the scratch marks. Okay, I guess that are the hints we turned on in the options in the menu. Ah, now we can close the door behind us. Oh, not close, but barricade it. Or interesting. I think that will serve us in the future.
Assorted paperwork, but nothing of any real interest.
Okay. So I think it is quite like in Amnesia. I mean the game. In Lovecraft stories, the main protagonists or the main lead, yeah, they engage in fights with that creatures, but it is usually not something they do. They want to do, or because the creatures in the Lovecraft universe, in most cases, how do I put it, in more powerful. They are not enemies that you can engage as a human being. So I think if we encounter one of them, it's more about running, hiding, and making sure they can't get us. Watch out for medical boxes. They contain all the treatments needed to patch up any injuries. You can apply treatments through either the interface or the quick heal key. Yeah, I think we set it to H, I think, for heal. Or yeah.
The till's empty.
Damn it. Interesting.
It won't open.
Okay. What? Someone damaged the door from inside. To be honest, that don't look good.
It won't budge. The store may be low on stock, but it's immaculately kept. Looks like the door was forced open, and there's scratch marks on the wood.
Yeah. I'm not feeling well.
The drawer is empty. A typewriter, invoices and receipts, nothing of interest. There's a bottle of bootleg rum and a wooden handle.
Oh, I know what we do with the rum. Oh shit. Oh fuck. Please. What? No, no, no.
It looks like I need some sort of lifting handle to
Yeah, what you say.
get it.
Go, 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 go. I hate that time events. Shit. For fuck's sake, go down. That was so obvious. Can't you just climb down a freaking ladder? Bro, move.
Whoever's
Oh no.
down there, you can rock.
Okay, good for us. They won't bother us anymore.
Assorted foodstuffs. Nothing useful. It looks like a diary. It's gotta have some clues.
Okay, let's see. I'm not sure which one. Oh, pro. Now let's begin. Podium sermon. As I continue to translate the narcotic fragments, I become more and more eager to contact my Ithian masters. These being, I think we already read it or he read it for us. Enlightened or duped inside Boston's strangest church. Those of our readers who live near its headquarters in an ordinary-looking Boston residence will need no introduction to the Fellowship of Youth or whatever the cult's name is. For those who have not encountered this mysterious semi-religious group before, a few words of explanation are necessary. Since our country's founding upon the basis of religious freedom, its shores have been home to many small religious groups outside the mainstream. No number are headquartered in the states of New England, where the Pilgrims themselves sought a new world free of religious persecution. But the question must be asked, at what point does a religion become a cult, and its trusting adherents, not to mention its blameless neighbors, become victims? That is the question this journal poses in regard to the Fellowship of Yith, or Yit, I don't know how to pronounce it. In a month-long investigation, our intrepid reporters have diligently sought out the truth behind this so-called church. Its origins are somewhat mysterious, the more so since the group's leaders declined to be interviewed or to assist our investigation in any way. However, it seems that the Fellowship was founded on more than 20 years ago by one Victor Holt, based on a revelation he had received from beyond the confines of this world. Holt has not been seen for almost 6 years. His followers apparently believe that he is communing with the mysterious powers behind his faith, and that he is shortly to return with new insights and teachings. All this sounds like a harmless, if eccentric spiritual group, little different from many others. However, those who might make their homes near to the Fellowship's headquarters tell a different, more sinister story. Adherents of this obscure sect are to be found loitering on street corners, casting menacing glances at their innocent neighbors and frequently engaging in acts of petty crime, which the local police seem powerless to prevent or redress. Strange lights have been observed burning in the windows of the old house at all hours of the day and night. They change color unpredictably and cast weird, intelligible shadows. Even more disturbing are the noises which have been heard to issue from within this mysterious building. They include chanting, unearthly music, and worst of all, screams like those of lost souls in agony. Many of the sect's neighbors are convinced that its services include human sacrifice or similar atrocities. Sorry. Those few who dared complain to the police were told that because the house is private property and because there's no concrete evidence of any wrongdoing, the most they can do is file a noise complaint. Oh yeah, we know that. Are the horrors of Salem being reenacted in our city more than 2 centuries on? Is this fellowship of Yid engaging in unspeakable and criminal acts of worship involving torture and sacrifice? Why is nothing being done to ease the fear and distress they cause to the local community? A source within the police department speaking on the condition of anonymity tell the Globe that the fellowship is suspected of involvement in a number of local crimes, but so far the lack of evidence and the reluctance of nervous witnesses to come forward with have thwarted any official investigation. Very well, we say. We, where the police cannot or will not investigate the Globe, shall continue to act in the interests of Boston citizens, fearlessly exposing the truth about this so-called church and its followers. Our findings will be published in these pages over the following month, so that all may know the truth. Editor's note: it is with great sorrow that the Globe announces the death of reporter Howard Edelstone, who was leading the paper's investigations into the Fellowship of Yig? When he apparently drowned in Boston Harbor. The coroner has ruled this death as suicide. Our condolences go out to his family. And it's gone. Okay, grocery store robbed, manager missing. Thieves have robbed the First National grocery store in Innsmouth, breaking down the door and forcing open the cash register. Oh god, sorry for my bad English. The newly appointed manager, Mr. Brian Burnham, has been missing since shortly before the robbery. This is a very disturbing turn of events, said Mr. Arthur Anderson, First National's regional manager from his Auckland office. This branch had only recently opened and First National Grocery had high hopes for its success, given the general lack of modern stores and amenities. Amenities? I don't know what that means. In Innsmouth, the robbery is a definite setback, and more worrying still is the fact that the branch manager remains unaccounted for. Innsmouth authorities could not be reached for comment. Well, I agree with the locals on one thing. I shouldn't be stuck in this miserable excuse for town. I can see why nobody comes here, that's for sure. Another slow day at the store. At first I thought people were staying away because First National isn't local, but I haven't seen anyone go into any of the other stores either. Come to that, I haven't seen the other stores open for business. This place is deader than the dead. Still, it won't be long before I'm out of here. Before we are both out of here. She's the one good thing about Innsmouth. Well, we'll bust open Old Man White's safe, take a car, and then it's New York City, baby. Bright lights, nightlife, everything. I'll show her all of it. Okay. So apparently Innsmouth is not nice to outsiders. Oh, I think we can... But first, let's have a look around here.
The storage area is clutter-free and well-organized. Assorted foodstuffs, nothing useful.
Ooh, but we can move that.
The storage area is clutter-free and well-organized.
Does this make any sense? Okay, I think I go for the obvious.
I can feel the air through holes in the brickwork here.
Just push the button, please. he won't.
I can feel the air through holes in the brickwork here.
Okay. What to do? I think...
I can feel the air through holes in the brickwork here.
Do we have anything that can... What is this? Bottle of bootleg? Okay. What means bootleg? Bootleg. Morphine, warning, narcotic, and I guess analgesic class? Helps block pain but should be used with extreme okay, it has side effects maybe, so... Okay, let's move that thing over there and see what happens, or if something happens. Okay. I guess that letter was heavy. Lovely. Where the frick do they do the citizens still of Innsmouth get rid of outsiders here? Okay, we shouldn't see that because we'll drive him insane. Oh, please. I think now... we were outside a little while before and looked inside that room. So I think now the horror part of the game kicks in. But we will continue. I have to take a short break because nature calls, but I'm back in about 5 minutes. Okay, I'm back. I want to check real quick if I can see the stream on my smartphone. Just to be sure. Okay, looks good. It looks pretty dark though on my smartphone screen. I hope it's alright for you. When not, or if not, please let me know. So we still have no weapon.
Old photos of Innsmouth. Most of them have faded beyond recognition.
Not that I badly want one, but now as it is clear that the citizens of that small town don't want anything to do with us, or even want to drive us out of town or passively kill us by locking us down in that storage room. I mean, a weapon would be nice at this point, I think. And I mean, yeah, we are in America, right? So first, Second Amendment, and I find it a little bit strange because he's a private detective. So watch out for ammo pickups. Okay, maybe now we get our weapon. Ammo will always carry across to the next chapter, but the quantity you can carry for each weapon is kept. Okay, that I think is a good thing. The interface shows the total rounds you are carrying, including those in the gun. I think the first game, or one of the first more popular games that did that, was Mafia 1, where you also, if you have, for example, 7 bullets in your, I don't know how to call it, 7 in your magazine, and you shoot, and you shot one, and then you reload, then he would not fill up the magazine. If it was full magazine, he would basically throw it away and put a new one in. So you had to be careful what weapon you are using, and when reloading. And I think you couldn't. You also could not carry unlimited amount of ammo. It makes no sense if you. I mean, yeah. And in this game, it's not like, I don't know, Unreal or Doom, or we normally don't shoot the creatures, and it is a horror, more of a survival game, and so that weapon is, I think, mainly for humanoids and not for the monsters itself. Yeah, but I don't really know. We will see.
General notices. They're all dated 1846.
1846. Gosh, I'm not sure. When did Edgar Allan Poe die? I think it was about around that time. I'm not sure. 40s or 50s, I think.
It won't open.
I don't want to go there yet. Oh no, that was a bad decision. Some doors you encounter will bolted on one side. Action a bolt to unlock or lock the door. Door bolts can come in useful when escaping from enemies. Okay, we will go to that door later. Let's... What the frick?
Holy shit!
Okay. So now things took a really bad turn.
Nothing of interest here.
Can we go and...
Ah, from the stench in here, this noose broad must have kicked it a few months back.
Maybe she was onto something and she was the photographer of that photos or pictures down there, and she found something out, or I don't know, but she couldn't take it any longer and ended her life. It seems like we are at the newspaper, so maybe she was some kind of writer or journalist or whatever and investigated in a case, or I don't know. And maybe she stumbled upon disturbing things. That is often the case in Lovecraft's writings, that the protagonists are getting really I don't know the word in English. They basically they can't take it anymore. That it's just too much, just too disturbing, too brutal, too unsettling. So the only way out is ending their own life.
The door's bolted shut.
Okay, let's see. Ah, okay, now we are here. Interesting. So, and there we can save, right?
Hello, Jack.
Oh, shit.
Do I know you?
G-Man?
Lucas Mackey. Sorry to startle you. Innsmouth doesn't get a lot of visitors. New names spread fast. What are you doing in town, Jack? Hear about the missing Burnham boy?
Not bad. I'm a private detective. My client's a friend of the Burnhams.
Seen the latest press from Arkham? Your boy's been quite busy.
What about you, Mackie? You're obviously not a local. What's your business in town?
True enough, Jack. Nothing too exciting, I'm sorry to say. I'm a government factory inspector. They posted me in this rotten hole to check over the old Marsh refinery. Speaking of which, I've got an appointment with the manager, Jacob Marsh.
Okay. Maybe I'll catch you later. That's the first friendly face I've seen in this damn town. But I've been in this business long enough to know he's hiding something.
I really love that conversations that are going on in this game. I mean, I've seen better ones, but I've seen worse ones too. So it's cool. It suits the atmosphere in the game, I think. Okay, now how do we get out of here?
It won't budge.
Oh shit, what is that?
You better keep your trap shut.
I won't tell him anything.
Oh, that was right over there. What the... I mean, I like that if we see, how is that called, point of view from another, I mean, from an enemy, for example, or just from another person or being, not from the protagonist. That's always cool. And I think they did it very well with the Alien movies. Or the game, Alien Isolation, I'm not sure. Now I have to look constantly up there because I'm afraid we get attacked or something like that. But okay, first let's see. Let's go back to that guy who wants a little sip of high quality alcohol.
If you pardon my asking, have you lived here in this port all your life?
Last 37 years in old lady Warren's house. Before that, over by fishing cannery. Cannery.
Old Lady Warren's? You live in the town poorhouse?
Go and fetch me a bottle of something to wet old Sidlock's whistle, and I'll tell you all.
Okay. I think you had almost quite enough, but sure.
Why, you're uncommonly kind, young feller. Here'll be a little something in gratitude that might help you in your search.
Oh, please don't puke. What was that?
Now you be calling me crazy. Like them that's there rumoring in Ankrum and Ipswich. But old Zadok's seen all manner of wicked things since before you was born. Old Captain Obed where it all began. Telling desperate folks they'd order get better gods. Them's that'd answer their prayers.
Didn't the Christian folk of Innsmouth object to such blasphemy?
Aye, they did. It were around 46 that many folks in town were done with Obed and his ways. And all that wild preaching and too many missing, you see. A party of good folk followed Captain Obed's crowd out to the reef. Shots were fired. Next day, Obed and 30 of his followers were in jail. And for weeks all were quiet, till that artful night of 46. Them's out outside reckon out it being a riot. But I'd seen them, swarms of them.
Look, old man, I
Swarms
don't
of
have
what?
time to listen to these fishing tales.
Oh, psst, was a massacre. The jail thrown open. Mounds of the dead and the dying. Shooting and screaming and shouting all across the town square. Come morning, the mess was cleaned up. Old Obed and his family takes charge, they did. Folks were told to keep shy of strangers if we were knowing what was good for us.
Zadok, who did all this? Who did all...
Said the old captain was now deeper in debt to his heathen gods. They were hankering for more than just sacrificing. Obed told folks they had to take the oaths of Dagon.
What the hell are these oaths?
You just asked old Wes about oaths of Dagon. Aye, he take the third oath. Just head over to his hole in the Dark Street. Then you'll see. For definite.
He's given me a key to the town poorhouse. It could come in handy.
Oh, bro, that story turns darker with every minute. Oh, jeez. What the?
Mr.
Go
Walters,
away.
I must speak with you.
It's Jack. And just hold on there a minute, sweetheart. Are you gonna even tell me your name?
My name's Rebecca Lawrence, and unless you want to join Innsmouth's long list of missing, I'd urge you to follow me.
Missing, huh? Like Burnham?
Of that, I'm not sure. You'd be better off asking the Billingham's daughter, Ruth. She was dating Brian.
What? Who's Ruth?
Quickly, you have to follow me. It's not wise to be seen talking to outsiders. Jack, Innsmouth is a strange place. There are things that have no business being here. Foul, reeking things.
Strange. Trust me, I'm good with strange.
That remains to be seen, but I can help you. My father discovered this strange sign while studying an old manuscript. It seems to ward off the more unusual elements in Innsmouth. Whenever you find one, you can use it to find a moment of sanctuary. Now, I must leave before we're seen together.
Pentagram. Okay.
I've seen that eye-like symbol somewhere before, but never surrounded by a star.
Oh, jeez, what the frick? Where is it? Where is it? Oh, please, no, 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 no. Oh, I hate that. Being exposed and not knowing where the enemy is. Ah, jeez. Okay, so we have to do two things, right? First would be I think three things. We have to go to this marsh factory, and we have to go to the poorhouse, and I think we also have to check again at the hotel, or maybe that colleague or friend of the woman we met right now. So first, let's see if we can find something out in the poorhouse. I already got an... I mean, now I'm feeling constantly being watched from behind, or... And there are the voices.
It's unlocked.
A visit to the old town. Oh, okay, too fast, sorry. Couldn't read. I was never a fan of that loading screens where yeah, somewhat relevant information are being
If I see you without fire, I'll report your order.
Oh, look, see nothing.
Yeah, and what the? And you have to read it fast, or yeah, you don't get information. I don't like that.
Do you know the Burnham lad? He worked in the First National.
Please stop bothering me, stranger.
It won't open. It won't budge. Do you need any help? It won't open. It won't budge. This town's deserted. Where is everybody?
It's getting late, outsider. Folks that know what's good for them are secretly bolted in their homes by now.
It's the entrance to the town poorhouse.
What the? Oh no, I heard something. Oh Jesus Christ. Please.
It won't open.
Oh no, it's coming closer. Oh shit. What the?
Since old Lady Warren's passed away,
What the fuck
food
was
is
that?
rotten, but we'll die soon enough.
Did you see that? I swear there was something.
What are you looking at there, old-timer?
Nothing. I'm just looking. What you doing in old Warren's house, young feller? This hole is for the broke and the dying.
I'm trying to find Dock Street.
It's out back of the house. Everything in Innsmouth is rotten and dying. Windows boarded up, and all sorts of curious barking and crawling around black cellars and attics. How'd you like to be living in a town like this, feller?
I've been to more welcoming places. I don't think he's been outdoors for years. He isn't gonna know anything.
He seems normal though, compared to the other ones that we've encountered so far. What the? Oh, this is getting worse and worse. Jesus Christ.
This almshouse is home to the old and the destitute.
More to the insects, I would say. What the frick? Ah, cross. Jesus. Okay. That is not where I wanna live.
Nothing of interest.
Is she dead?
The old woman's dead.
Okay.
It won't open.
Oh shit, we are
It won't open.
right before a breakdown, a mental breakdown, I think. Oh, come. Let's get out there. Just that little breeze of fresh air. Getting our mind clear. Focus again. What disturbs him now? Are we not in the right spot?
It won't open. It won't open. Do you know the Burnham lad? He worked in the First National.
You're in the wrong place, asking the wrong questions, outsider.
Jeez, my lady. Okay. I've got it. What about there? Okay, I saw nothing. I saw nothing. How he randomly knocks on doors.
Hello there, little lady.
Hi, sir.
Are your parents at home?
Daddy's at work and Mummy's upstairs in the attic. She's been bad.
I see. So, what's your name, little lady?
Ramona?
Well, Ramona, could you get your mommy for me?
Nope. Mummy bites. Daddy says we've got to keep her up there for her own good.
Excuse me?
When I go near the door, she growls. I don't love Mummy like I love my daddy.
You don't say. Ramona, I really need to speak to your daddy. Do you know when he'll be home?
Soon, I think. You can wait inside if you like. Daddy won't mind. I'm drawing pictures with my crayons.
That would be great. Thanks.
I don't.
I should check the place over while I've got the chance.
Actually, I prefer to stay outside and not with that.
Nothing of interest.
Oh, jeez. I have a bad feeling. Let's see what she's drawn. Yeah, that looks a little bit disturbing. Is this a burning house? Okay.
What are you drawing?
Okay,
Ramona?
what the hell?
Pictures of Mummy and Daddy.
Is that a freaking dragon behind the door?
It won't open.
Oh, I don't want to go upstairs. I really don't want to. Pictures of Mummy and Daddy. Okay. Okay, I guess we have to. There's no other way. Please no.
It won't open.
Their Mummy is not on the picture. Not anymore. Okay, I think I will. Oh no. Oh no. Something is up there. No, 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 let it close.
Nope, nothing of interest. It won't open. It won't open.
So we have to.
Nothing of interest here.
Okay, I say one thing, YOLO. Oh, she is a cutscene. Thank God. The fuck? Okay. Okay, seems like...
I can hear them calling to me.
What the hell? Did mommy eat their own child? Their daughter? Her daughter, I mean?
Looks like a diary.
First, let's investigate. That's our job at
Can't
least.
see anything of use.
Okay,
Nope,
okay,
nothing
here.
important here.
Track. Father will be there later. I mean, we talk to him later. First, let's read that diary. Okay, let's first read that. I'm completely unable to recall what led to my confinement in the Arkham Asylum, or what happened to the 6 years between my 2 visits there. They tell me I had some kind of personality change that night in Boston. They watched me for a while, decided I wasn't dangerous, and let me go. After 6 years, I switched back, just as mysteriously. They admitted me again. Found nothing wrong, and here I am. Among the personal effects they returned to me is a leather-bound journal. Perhaps it will tell me what I've forgotten. Looking through the journal, I can find is my life as a police detective. There's no hint. There's no hint of any illness or mental strain or anything else that could explain my change of personality or the equally sudden recovery that still baffles my doctors. However, a number of pages have been torn from the journal. Who did it or why, I can't tell. Did I destroy them myself to suppress some horrific memory, or did the asylum staff judge their contents detrimental to my treatment? Why was part of my life erased? What is this? What is it that I can't remember, and who wants it to stay forgotten? Is it a precaution to protect my sanity, or the key to something I need? Hi there in the chat. Ben Ostelgeier. Sorry if I don't pronounce it correctly. Oh, Little Nightmares 2 sounds cool. Didn't play that yet. But I unfortunately have no PS5, so... Okay, let's continue. Innsmouth robbery, missing manager accused. In yesterday's edition, we reported on a burglary at the recently opened First National grocery store in Innsmouth. The case took a new turn today as authorities in the town named Brian Burnham, the store's manager, as a suspect in the case. Burnham has not been seen since the robbery and is thought to have left the area. It is a very straightforward case, said Chief Constable Andrew Martin in response to inquiries by the advertiser. This young man simply robbed his employer and fled. I imagine he's out of the country now, if not the state. The Chief Constable dismissed concerns expressed by First National Grocery's regional manager, Mr. Arthur Anderson, that Burnham may have been kidnapped or injured. Okay, and now to the diary of the lady that we encountered shortly, a few minutes ago. The last entry in the diary is from today. It reads, "Another sleepless night. I lie awake, listening to the movements of that thing that I married, pacing about her locked room. Damn that esoteric order of Dagon. Damn that oaths. And damn the town fathers for not hanging Oakmarsh when they had a chance. No burning him and his whole filthy clan. I wish I could just abandon my sham of a marriage, leave the store to rot and start a new life far, far away, but I'm trapped here. Every time I look at Ramona, I know it. Watching her sleep in her beauty and innocence, my heart feels like breaking. She has no idea of what she will become. Yesterday was her 10th birthday. The change cannot be far off. Her birth gave me such joy, such much that I still use the month, day, and year as the 4-number combination for my save. Okay. In that order, starting clockwise. Okay. Day was month, day, year. It is as though I am trying to preserve that date forever and deny the inevitable horror. I sometimes think of killing her, an act of mercy before she starts to manifest the horror. God forgive me, but she is my daughter and I could never harm her. She is blameless in all this. When the time comes, Innsmouth will be the only place for her, and until then I must stay here to watch over her. It is my penance, my atonement for creating her life. With her chosen mother, after she joins them, if the grief does not kill me, my life will be my own once more. Not that I know how I will have the strength to go on without her. Okay, now maybe something triggered.
An old wardrobe.
Okay. So let's see what the father has to say. Oh boy. Oh boy. I knew this game would be dark, but yeah.
Oh God, no.
They've taken the last thing I loved away from me.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize what was up there. What the hell was that thing?
There's no time to explain. They'll be here soon. Listen to me closely. You've been the talk of the town all day, asking after the Burnham lad. I heard he never made it to Boston, that he was caught by the order of Dagon.
Did he pocket anything from the store's safe?
Thankfully, no. It's sturdy. He'd never have wrenched it open with a crowbar. There's something in there that needs protecting from the order. You've got to get it out of Innsmouth. Take the key to the back of my store. The safe combination's in my diary, upstairs. Hurry, Jack!
What the hell's in the safe anyway?
You've gone too far this time, Wait. We're taking you in for murder. You'll swing for this.
Wait, he didn't do anything wrong.
He killed his own daughter. It don't flesh and blood. There's plenty wrong with that. I'm reckoning you do well to mind your own business, stranger. In Innsmouth, we handle things by the old ways.
What the? Okay.
It's Ramona's coloring book.
So let's see. The drawings that fill Ramona's book are like things from a nightmare. It is hard to believe that a young child could imagine such horrors. There are pictures of strange, unnatural creatures, crudely drawn, but still able to provoke visceral, I don't know what that word means, feelings of revulsion. One of them is captioned with the word mother. What can it mean? These profoundly disturbing images raise grave concerns about the girl's state of mind. So the mother basically turned into a monster or creature sort of thing, and the daughter would have also at some point in her life, but now
It won't open. It won't budge.
she can't. I mean,
It won't
her
open.
mother killed her. Maybe that was an act of mercy, or I'm not sure, because she didn't kill us, right? So she could have easily done. Okay. I think there's one point in the game where we are no longer tolerated in the town, and the people start aggressively or start to I don't know, try to kill us or try to drive us out of town. So now I think it will be not long before this happens. Let's see if we can go down there again. What? Okay.
Jack. Oh, thank God I found you. Waite's been arrested for the murder of his daughter.
I know. It's my fault, Rebecca.
What are you talking about, Jack? What's your fault?
There was something in the attic. Some kind of animal, and I let it loose. It's all my fault. The police dragged Waits off. He can't take the fall for this. He's done nothing wrong. We gotta do something.
Guilty or not, the Order will see him lynched for it. There's nothing you can do. You must have taken quite a bang in there, Jack. Your head's bleeding.
Yeah, I think I was out of it for a little while.
I see you've got some bandages. Use them on your head. It'll help you heal. You're not losing too much blood. You won't need a suture.
Thanks, Rebecca.
Okay, let's see if we can. So we see he is injured on the head, and I will take one of that bandages. At first, let's have a look. Quick heal is H. Okay. But can we just use it? I'm not sure what happens if we press H. I don't want to use the morphine, and I'm not sure if it is the morphine. I guess it is the morphine. So I have to save first before we try that out. Okay. For a second, for a moment, I thought the game froze. But now that thing is out there, and I think it will come for us sooner or later. And the hotel is closed. Oh boy. Let's save first. And then let's try to heal ourselves. Okay, he looks fresh again. Nice. Okay, let's save again. Okay. Nothing new here. Just wanted to be sure. Is he now a little bit friendlier to us?
Hello, Gilman.
What do you want now?
Strange thing about that Burnham lad.
Burnham. Kent rightly says I know what you're talking about.
That's odd. He was all over the Arkham press. Must have been a bit of a local scandal.
Them's matters for the police, stranger. Innsmouth's not a town for rumoring and talking.
Chit-chatting to him's gonna get me no place fast.
Yeah, I think we have to go to that grocery store again and open the safe. Get whatever there is in there. Bro, they don't look healthy. Not the poorhouse, no. So here, variety store. Variety store.
It won't open.
What in the
It
frick?
won't open.
Okay.
It's unlocked.
That I can see. Aha. What is that?
You don't
What
look like your
is
standard crook,
that?
sweetheart.
Jesus, you crazy sap! Who the hell are you?
Jack Walters, private detective. And considering your recent break-in and entering, how about I ask the questions?
Have you any idea who I am?
No, and I really don't care.
My family has influential contacts in the Order, so I'd advise you to mind your manners, sir.
I'm from out of town. The Order doesn't hold much sway with me.
Really? Out of town, you say? How interesting. I'm Ruth. Ruth Billingham.
Huh. You're Brian's broad. That figures.
Brian? I don't believe I know a Brian.
Yeah, right. I've been fed that line 1,000 times, and from much better liars than you. Look, Ruth, the rumor around town is that your lover boy is in the hands of the Order.
What? No, that's not true. They'll have him killed. It was all my idea. I just wanted a clean break from here.
What do you want me to do?
I don't know. You're the detective. You think of something. I'll be waiting out at the old fishing cannery the next 2 nights, just past the abandoned railway station to Rowley. When you find him, give him this. He'll know it's from me.
Okay, how romantic. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so let's see. What does the notes say? What do the notes say? So, month, day, and year. So, yesterday was her 10th birthday. but there is no date given. September. Is that the right thing? No. It's what it says about the town. Maybe it's just because internet. Okay, so I'm not sure which date we have right now. Maybe it's written on some newspaper. Sorry. Scrolling book. 7th. Das Misskonzern sich das bla bla bla. Okay, it must be 1922, but which day and which month? Maybe February, but. And I'm sure we saw that somewhere before, but I don't remember, or I don't actively. I mean, I do not. I didn't pay attention to it. So yeah. How can we find out? Must be some thing written in here, right? Let's see again. Nope, no date given here. What about there? Shall we try it with the 7th February? 90, if she turned 10 the day before, it would be the 6th February 1912. So let's try. But how to let's first see how do we clockwise.
It's just a trash can. Nothing of interest.
Or we have to ask a specific person. Okay, so we can't proceed further. So the information we are looking for must be somewhere in this area. I mean, that is good for us. It limits the possibilities. I think it is maybe either a newspaper or some person that will tell us which date is, or which date we have. What the frick?
Did you hear about Thomas Waits?
Yep. Waits will swing for that.
I just ask a bunch of people.
Will you be leaving soon?
This bus ain't going nowhere tonight, fella. Engine's blown, they say. Have to wait till morning.
Damn. Is there another bus out of Innsmouth?
No, but there's a hotel behind it. Gilman will have board for the night.
Yeah. He is such a nice person.
Did you hear about Thomas Waits?
Yeah, Waits will swing for that.
Did you hear about Thomas
I heard
Waits?
when the economy was caked in her blood.
Did you hear about Thomas Waits?
Yeah, Waits will swing for that.
Okay, I don't think we can. What about him?
Constable, what's with the blockade?
You'd better be minding your own affairs.
What have you done with Tom Waite?
Them police affairs. Has nothing to warrant your concern.
That fellow was just stringing me along with a lot of nothing about nothing.
What about over there? Can we get there somehow?
It won't open.
Oh, jeez, not again. Everywhere I look, I see pink people.
It won't open.
Either that or that once. Okay, I guess I can't find a solution right at the spot.
It won't budge.
So, but no worry, we find that out in the next episode and then continue in that. Continue this horror. I mean. So thank you for tuning in again, and I hope you have a lovely night without nightmares. Sleep well and yeah, have a good one until tomorrow. Bye bye.